Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be reacting to a concept Clash Royale balance change because I just stumbled upon this on Twitter and it looks really interesting. It has a bunch of likes, so I think it's worth checking out, and I'm always interested in seeing what you guys think about the game. So this is the user who made the thing, so let's check it out. Okay, so, and as you can see at the top, some pros such as Lucas, Xgamer, and Mohammed Light have actually approved of this. Lucas says all the other ideas are very good, and Mohammed Light says yo looks good. So I think this might actually be really good. So first, Lumberjack nerf. The mechanic. Only the Lumberjack's rage can extend its lifespan. Other rage effects no longer can. And this is an idea I've actually been hearing a lot from the community, that you shouldn't be able to use the rage spell to extend the ghost's life. It should strictly be the Lumberjack's rage, because people have been using really weird like cheese decks with like rage mirror, and it's just like such a troll to me. Like, it's so fucking cheesy and corny. Like, what are you doing? It's so gimmicky, and I think this is a good way to control it. I agree with this. Next is the Dark Goblin Evo. The poison duration should go from infinity, because currently it's literally infinite, to 5 seconds. This is not crazy at all. What's crazy is the fact that it's infinite. It's just so strong. Dark Goblin is such a strong card. So this nerf, like, I agree with it. Next, we have Evo Mega Knight nerf. Oh my god, like, this is like, makes me so happy to see. I wish this were real. So let's look at this nerf. Uppercut knockback for tanks goes from 4 tiles to 2 tiles, so he doesn't knock your shit back all the way behind your tower. Like, what? Why does it even do that in the first place? And then for normal troops, it stays the same. I think this is great because you're telling me Mega Knight throws a bandit all the way across the fucking arena, and then it does the same for a P.E.K.K.A. Like, are you kidding me? So I love this nerf. Honestly, I would nerf it harder, but you know, I'm trying to stay objective here, and I think this is really good. So I approve. Next is, I just realized they're mostly nerfs. Next is an Evo Valkyrie nerf. So her tornado radius goes from 5.5 tiles to 5 tiles. I agree with this because Evo Valk is so strong in this current meta, and I think this would definitely be good, like a good nerf, because she just pulls everything. Like, you place a card and she pulls it in, even when it's like literally so far away. Next, we have an Evo Goblin Cage pull radius. It doesn't pull it until it's only 2.5 tiles away instead of 3, so it has to be closer for the Goblin Cage to actually like pull your troop. I think this is okay. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know if it's like 100% necessary. But if they did it, I wouldn't care either. Like, you know what I mean? The next one is the Electro Dragon Evo. The extra chains, it's currently infinite, which is so insane to me. So they want to limit it to 3 chains. So I agree with this because Evo E-Drag got a nerf. But it's still OP, so I'm okay with it. Next is a nerf to the Evo Cannon. Honestly, it's such, okay, let's read the nerf. So the barrage or barrage, however you want to say it, radius goes from 2.5 to 2 tiles, because the radius of when it drops the bombs, it's actually really huge. It's like 2.5 tiles. So they just want to make those radiuses smaller, but it's still like the same amount of targets, like bomb circles. So I think this is a good nerf because Evo Cannon is one of the best Evos right now, and I think this would be really good. The problem is it's a really good Evo, and I'm currently in the process of trying to get the Evo for it, and if they nerf it, that would just be kind of sad for me because this always happens to me. I'm trying to get the Evo for something. I finally get the Evo and then they nerf it. So, yeah. But if I'm not being biased, this is a good nerf. Next is a nerf to the guards. Please nerf guards. They want to nerf the damage. And I think this is a good nerf because you can't really nerf the HP because it's not supposed to die to arrows anymore. So I think the damage is like a perfect nerf. They do a lot of DPS and I think they're so strong. And yeah, I think this is a good nerf. Like, next is another nerf to the Goblinstein because they just nerfed it. It's funny, they nerfed the Doctor HP. They nerfed the monster HP. Now this guy says he wants to nerf the lightning link duration 4 seconds to 3.5 seconds. So if you don't know, the Doctor's ability lasts for 4 whole seconds. Okay? And sometimes it feels like a lifetime. And I know you know it too. They're pressing the ability. You're waiting for the ability to end so you could place your defense. But it just never ends. So I think this is a good nerf. And I think if they do this nerf, I think it will finally be balanced because if you think about it, them nerfing the HPs was fine, but the thing that was so broken about Goblinstein was that ability that absolutely destroys everything. So I think this is a good nerf. I approve. Wow, these are actually really good so far. Next we have a nerf to the Ice Wizard Splash Radius. So it got a Splash Radius buff a few balance changes ago. And Ice Wizard has been seen a lot more, and it's actually a really good card. Now this person wants to nerf it from 1.5 tiles to 1.2 tiles. How do I feel about this? Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I think Ice Wizard, I think it's okay how it is. Like, I don't think it's super it's not super dominating the meta. Like it's a strong card, but it's not like OP, I would say. So maybe if anything, like 1.4 tiles would be good. I think Ice Wizard's good. I don't think it really needs like a hard nerf. Like 20%'s a lot. Next is Royal Recruit's health nerf, 2%. Like anything to get recruits out of the meta is like, I'll agree with it because recruits are like the most annoying card and I hate going against it like 5 times in a row. I think it's just such a broken card. I think they just need to keep nerfing it. Like, nerf it to the ground, please. Yes, I agree with it. Okay, so we got nerfs to the tower troops. So first, Dagger Duchess hit speed nerf by 11%. So basically, she throws a dagger every 0.5 seconds. I think that's what they're trying to say. Instead of every 0.45 seconds. I think this is good. Dagger Duchess is pretty strong. I'm not fond of tower troops in general, the whole idea. So anything to nerf them, like, I'll always support it because I just stick with my Princess Tower, you know. Then we got a nerf to the Cannoneer, another hit speed nerf. So they want the Cannoneer to hit even slower than it already does. And again, okay, I play Bridge Bam, and Cannoneer is very bad against, Cannoneer is very good against me, which I don't like. It's really hard to, like, break through that, so I think I'm a little biased when I say, like, I agree with this. But at the same time, if you look at the stats, this tower troop is really strong. So I still support this no matter. Next is an E-Wizard nerf. So, buff. They want to buff the damage by 3%, and honestly, I think this is a good buff because Ice Wizard and I would say Evo Wizard have been, like, kind of the better wizards, which is so weird because I remember a time where E-Wiz was, like, the best one. But yeah, I think E-Wizard doesn't do that much damage. I agree with that. So I think a little slight buff would be great, and I'm not just saying that because I occasionally use it when I play P.E.K.K.A. Bridgebam. Not that strong of a card. Next is a buff to the Goblin Demolisher. They want to give it a hit point buff. Like, I have hatred for all the cards they introduced during the Goblin Queen Journey update, so I don't know. I don't really have an opinion about it. But I really don't give a fuck about Goblin Demolisher, sorry. Next is damage buff to the Berserker. Berserker is the newest card in the game, and I think she's been a little underwhelming. A lot of people said she's weak. I think she's like pretty balanced, but definitely not strong. Yeah, I agree with this nerf. I think she deserves a little buff, sure. Okay. Oh, okay. This is a rework to the princess. I have actually seen ideas like this because let's just read it first. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Deploy time, they want to nerf the deploy time by 10%. And they want to buff the first hit time by 20%. This is really interesting because princess deploy time is really fast. It's really hard to react to a princess at the bridge, which is why she's kind of broken. Like when they play Princess at the Bridge, it's so hard to react to it. Like, it just kind of an automatic, connection to your tower unless you like predict it or you're like super quick with it, which is kind of hard to do all the time because there's other things going on the map, so you can't just always focus on that. But I think this is good, but then it's gonna have a first hit time a faster first hit time, so when she's deployed she's gonna immediately hit the tower. I think this is good. It gives us more time to react to the princess, and she's gonna be better on defense but worse on offense, if that makes sense. This is good because Princess at the Bridge is broken. And last but not least, we have a rework to the arrows. So they want to buff the damage by 4% and then nerf the radius by 13%, going from 4 tiles to 3.5 tiles. Wow, this is a lot to take in. Arrows is my favorite spell in the game. I've been using it in my main deck since over 3 years. I've just always used arrows. So whenever it gets nerfed, I get really sad, but I will admit it's the best spell in the game right now. It's super strong, and I can understand why people wanted to get a nerf. Like, everyone wants it to get a nerf, and I appreciate that this person is doing a rework instead of a nerf. So they want to increase the damage. Okay, but the radius nerf half a tile. I could get behind it, I guess. The thing is, the arrows is just that's its main thing. It's just how do I explain it? It's the main point of it is that it has a large radius. So to nerf it, it's just gonna be like every other spell. But I get the frustration. I get that it hits everything. I get it. So it would be really sad to see. But at the end of the day, I just want the game to be balanced for everybody. So if this is what it takes for it to be balanced, then I guess it has to be like that, I guess. And the pros agree with this, I guess. So yeah, overall, good concept. I really like this, and if this could get more attention, maybe Supercell will see it and they could incorporate these ideas in their next balance changes. That would be great. So yeah, thanks for watching. What do you guys think?